The Young and the Restless, the clash between Billy and Aristotle Dumas in the chaotic and strategic world of The Young and the Restless. Every encounter, whether with familiar faces or new characters, can be a game-changer. The confrontation between Billy Abbott and Aristotle Dumas is a prime example of an encounter that can have unforeseen consequences, and it's not as simple as it sounds from the start. Victor Newman, who has always maintained strong lines of communication, receives important information from Michael Baldwin. Baldwin, with his deep knowledge of the complex relationships in the business world, is not only a source of information but also a harbinger of danger. He announces that a meeting between Billy and Aristotle Dumas is about to take place, and while it seems like a great opportunity for Billy, Michael suggests that it could be a trap. Meanwhile, Billy, who is always curious and always ready to take on challenges, cannot sense the danger hidden in this meeting. He believes that he is facing a great opportunity to confront Aristotle Dumas, a mysterious and powerful figure behind an influential empire. Billy thinks that this meeting will help him unravel the secrets behind Dumas' name and the shady moves he is making in the underworld. However, what Billy does not know is the strategy that Aristotle has set up to protect himself. With his cunning and sophisticated schemes, Aristotle is not someone who is easy to detect. He has spent a lot of time hiding himself, always behind the veil of obscurity. Although Billy is confident that the meeting will give him the answers he seeks, the truth may not be so simple. From the perspective of Victor Newman, who has been watching every move in this war, there is a strong suspicion that this meeting is not an opportunity that Billy can easily take advantage of. Victor believes that a trap has been set, and Billy may be the target. Victor's concerns are not without reason, as Aristotle Dumas was too clever in maintaining the darkness around himself. Even if Billy finds out important information, he may have to face someone he is not prepared for. The fact is, although the meeting between Billy and Aristotle may happen, there is no guarantee that it will go according to plan. Time in the world of the young and the restless is always changing rapidly. It is possible that these plans will be delayed, or will never happen as expected. And that is the fascinating part of the story. Billy and Aristotle are both strong-willed and ambitious men, but the difference between them lies not only in who has the bigger plan, but in who will be able to prevail in a battle of wits and dangers. Billy may think he is facing an easy foe to subdue, but it is Aristotle's opacity that will determine how this confrontation will unfold. Meanwhile, Victor, who has been watching every development, is also waiting to see how Billy will react when he learns truths he never expected. Will Billy realize that he is walking into a trap that Aristotle has set, or will he find a way to turn things around and take advantage of the opportunity for himself? This confrontation will certainly not be a simple meeting between two men. It is part of a larger battle, where every move can change the outcome. While Billy thinks he has a great opportunity, he may have to face the truth that what he is looking for is not an easy victory, but a price to pay for risky moves that he could not have foreseen. In short, the meeting between Billy and Aristotle Dumas is not simply a confrontation between two characters in the world of the young and the restless, but also a tense psychological battle, where each decision can lead to unpredictable consequences. And while Billy is confident that he is going into this meeting with the advantage, Aristotle Dumas may have prepared a game that Billy never saw coming. The Young and the Restless, Aristotle Dumas and Billy's unexpected confrontation in the complex world of the Young and the Restless, powerful characters and intricate strategies never cease to make the story interesting. One of the stories that has captured the audience's attention is the confrontation between Billy Abbott and Aristotle Dumas, the mysterious powerhouse behind the business empire that is shaking Genoa City. But as usual, things never go as planned, and this time, Billy may have to face a painful and unexpected truth that he is not prepared for. Aristotle Dumas, who Billy and many others believe to be a powerful individual running major businesses, may not be who everyone imagines. Billy has prepared himself for a face-to-face meeting with Aristotle, but things may not be so simple. Most likely, Aristotle will not appear himself but instead, send a representative to handle the matter. This creates a great discomfort for Billy, who has always expected a direct confrontation with the person behind all the shady moves. Aristotle Dumas, a sophisticated anonymous Aristotle Dumas has always been a mysterious figure in the world of the young and the restless. Although his name is widely known in the business world, everything about him has always been shrouded in a fog of mystery. This concealment is not unreasonable, because Aristotle always has special relationships and many layers to protect his identity. It is not by chance that someone like Aristotle can be at the head of a large empire without anyone really knowing who he is. It is possible that Aristotle has prepared a strategic move, sending someone else to impersonate him or sending a henchman to continue his work without having to directly confront people like Billy. This would further increase Billy's skepticism of the character, as he would not only have to deal with Aristotle's shady side but also have to deal with the feeling of being deceived. This is a move that few could have predicted, and for Billy, this could be a huge shock. Damien, Aristotle's agent? If Aristotle decides to send someone to handle his work, Damien is likely the one he chooses. Damien, the mysterious man who always appears in the shadows, has been present in Genoa City and has unclear connections to Aristotle. He is someone who can approach the big powers and handle work on his boss's behalf without arousing suspicion. Although Damien does not directly run Aristotle's business empire, he can completely represent Aristotle in any situation, and in this case, it will be Billy who will meet this representative. Damien's appearance not only confuses Billy but also causes great disappointment. Billy had expected that meeting Aristotle would be an opportunity for him to prove his point, face the person behind this powerful empire, and clarify the doubts he had. However, if it was just meeting a representative on behalf of him, Billy would feel that everything was just a power game that he could not directly participate in. Billy and the psychological war. Billy Abbott is not a person who gives up easily. He has always been tenacious in pursuing what he believes is right, and in this situation, he has no intention of stopping. However, the fact that Aristotle did not appear directly will only increase Billy's determination to prove his point. Even if he can't meet Aristotle directly, Billy can still make a bold move to achieve his goal. He won't hesitate to criticize and even target people like Sally, Phyllis, and anyone else who might be associated with Aristotle. Billy will likely seek to assert himself in this fight, even if he can't face Aristotle directly. However, targeting people like Sally and Phyllis may not yield the results he desires. While Billy may be disappointed that he won't be able to face Aristotle directly, he may encounter strong resistance from those close to Aristotle, whom he won't be able to defeat easily. Pursuing a formal deal. While Billy has serious misgivings about Aristotle and the shady ways he's using, he can still choose to put those concerns aside and pursue a more formal deal. In this competitive and complex business world, sometimes ignoring doubts and moving forward with a deal can be the best option. Billy may realize that even though Aristotle may not confront him directly, reaching a formal agreement with those around him will help him gain power and influence in the upcoming battles. This will also lead to a major turning point in Billy's relationships with others in the city. He may have to make a trade-off between maintaining his reputation and pursuing bigger goals, where things are not always black and white. As Billy seeks to uncover the truth about Aristotle Dumas, he will encounter a world of surprises and cunning strategies that not everyone can easily predict. This story is not just a confrontation between Billy and Aristotle, but also a battle between those who want to gain control, who always calculate their every move to achieve their ultimate goal. Whether Billy decides to pursue the official deal or continue to search for the truth, he will face bigger challenges, and the steps he takes will determine whether he can achieve his goal or not. The Young and the Restless, Billy's dangerous alliance with Aristotle Dumas in the scheming and calculating world of The Young and the Restless. Every decision can have dire consequences, especially when characters like Billy Abbott and Aristotle Dumas enter the picture. The strategic moves and tensions between characters in this story not only add to the drama but also push relationships to breaking point. One of the most eye-catching plot twists is the controversial alliance between Billy and Aristotle Dumas, a partnership that may leave Billy with deep regrets, as he discovers that he has been deceived in a power play. Billy and the decision from the start. Billy Abbott, with his resolute and sometimes stubborn nature, is always ready to stand by what he believes is the right decision, despite the warnings around him. When he decides to join forces with Aristotle Dumas, a mysterious and powerful man, he is unaware of the potential dangers that await him. Informed of a great opportunity to expand his influence and abilities, Billy does not hesitate to enter into an alliance with Aristotle. However, the deeper he goes into this partnership, the more he senses the danger he is facing. The first warning comes from Victor Newman, whom Billy has long known as a visionary. Victor suspects that Aristotle may be setting up a trap to take advantage of Billy. "You don't know what you're walking into, Billy," Victor warns. "Aristotle is not someone you can easily befriend, and you will soon pay for it." However, Billy, stubborn by nature, not only ignores the warning but is determined to prove himself right. Sally and Phyllis's warning not only Victor, but Sally and Phyllis also expressed concerns about Aristotle and his true motives. Phyllis, who had much experience dealing with shadowy figures, immediately realized that Aristotle was not someone Billy could easily trust. "Billy, you're taking a risk," Phyllis warned. "No one knows who Aristotle is, and if you think you can control him, you'll soon find out you're wrong." Sally, although less experienced than Phyllis in power plays, also realized that this alliance might not yield the results Billy hoped for. She worried that Billy might be drawn into a game he couldn't control. "He'll make you regret it, Billy," Sally emphasized. "Aristotle does nothing without a purpose, and you're just a pawn in his game." Despite receiving stern warnings from those close to him, Billy remains steadfast. He continues to stand his ground and move forward, despite the increasingly clear warning signs. Billy's determination may be a key factor in driving him deeper into the trap that Aristotle has set. Aristotle Dumas, the man behind the trap. Aristotle Dumas is a mysterious man, always keeping his distance and controlling every situation in his own hands. Every decision he makes is carefully calculated and made with a clear purpose. People like Billy, although ambitious and determined, can easily become targets in Aristotle's game, a man who does not hesitate to make unpredictable decisions. As the story continues to develop, Aristotle's true motives will gradually be revealed. Everything Billy has thought about Aristotle will soon be exposed, and the secrets that Aristotle is hiding will no longer be a mystery. What seemed like a strategic partnership quickly turns into a dangerous confrontation, where Billy must confront not only Aristotle, but also himself. Billy's regret, too late to back out. As the truth about Aristotle gradually comes to light, Billy will begin to feel deep remorse. He will realize that he did not listen to the warnings, that this alliance was not the opportunity he had hoped for, but a trap that Aristotle had set all along. Billy will have to face the reality that he was deceived, and now, there is no turning back. The feeling of remorse will become even stronger as Billy realizes that maintaining an alliance with Aristotle will not only harm him, but may also affect those around him. The warnings of Phyllis and Sally will now ring in Billy's head, as he realizes that they were right. But can Billy pull back in time and find a way to deal with the consequences of this wrong decision, or will he continue to be entangled deeper in the web of power that Aristotle has woven? Billy's future, can it be righted? What's coming next in the story will not only be a confrontation between Billy and Aristotle, but also a battle within Billy himself. He will have to grapple with his feelings of regret and question himself about the decisions he has made. Can Billy find a way to right his wrongs and escape the trap that Aristotle has set? Or will he continue to be caught up in the schemes and motives that he cannot control? Life in the world of the young and the restless is always full of surprises and constant struggles. For Billy, the decision to continue working with Aristotle may be a big mistake, but will he have the courage to face the consequences and find a different path for himself? Time will tell, and the upcoming developments will certainly continue to make this story more exciting and dramatic. The story of Billy and Aristotle is a clear illustration of the dangers that characters on The Young and the Restless face when they engage in power plays. Warnings from friends and family may never be enough to stop someone like Billy from taking risky steps, but the consequences of poor decisions are soon revealed. Will Billy find a way to right his wrongs, or will he continue to fall into the trap that Aristotle has set? That will have to wait for the next episodes to find out.